Today's episode was thought of, the topic was thought of by one of my really awesome friends. She's actually been watching every single video, every single podcast ever since the beginning, and she gave me an idea to do this episode. She said, well, why don't you do your childhood dreams? Your childhood dream job. And I was like, that's actually a pretty interesting idea. I'll do it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Grossbill and welcome to the JesseAF show. Today is Monday, April 1st, 2019, episode 50 of my daily podcast. Yeah, that's right, daily. That means every single day I'll be posting a new episode. So please check in tomorrow for my next episode. I'm on Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube. So if you have any of those platforms, please consider subscribing. That way you get notifications for whenever I post a new episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about my childhood dream job. And ever since I could, I drew as many things as I could. And one thing I would always draw was fire trucks. And my favorite color is red. And fire trucks have always been really, really interesting to me. You know, they make a lot of noise. They're big, they're red. They put out fires, all that stuff. And growing up, I wanted to be a firefighter. Yeah, I know it's a normal thing, you know. Oh, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a firefighter. Well, my reasoning behind wanting to be a firefighter was to help people, to be there for people, to save people's lives. And I've always been like that. I've always wanted to help others. I've always wanted to go out of my way to care about other people and to help them out with anything they had. I was an altar server, and when I was an altar server, I always talked to everybody, and I really enjoyed serving the Mass, and I really enjoyed talking to the priests and helping them out around the church. And I always enjoyed taking as many Masses as I could. You know, whenever I had someone call me up on the phone, they were like, hey, can you serve the Mass? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll serve the Mass for you. And I really liked doing that. And I was a Boy Scout growing up, so I did a lot of helping in that sense too. I always did scouting for food, and scouting for food is basically we went around to all these houses in Kingston, and we dropped off bags out their front doors, and in the next weekend, we would come back and we would pick up the bags, but the bags would have like cans or boxes or whatever else inside of them full of food. That way, people with less money, people that couldn't afford food, could have something to eat for Thanksgiving, I believe it was, because I think we did it Columbus Day weekend. I don't know, I can't remember. But the point is, I love helping others. And I've always made it something of a goal to do. And it really translates into who I am as a person now and where I want to go with my life, what I want to do with my businesses. I want to help people. I want to help businesses. I want to go further in life. I want to learn as much as I can about business. That way I can help other people with business. And I've helped people learn. I mean, I've taught people math before. Even though I'm not that great at math, I've helped people with math. I've helped people with learning how to drive a car. You know, I love helping others. And I don't expect anything in return. I really don't. And that's the big thing about me. Whenever I do something for someone, I take it as a good deed. not really as a job. I don't like getting paid to help people with everyday things, you know? And I'm like that. I've always been like that. I don't expect anything from anyone. Sure, if I'm running a business, I need to get paid, of course. That way I can keep doing business. That way I can focus all my attention on the business. That way I get more work done. And, of course, that's a necessity, you know? And I really take helping others very seriously. And, I mean, even in this podcast, I'm talking every single day about my life, but I'm also talking about my ideals, what I believe in. And a lot of those things, like yesterday's episode, I stand by those words. I stand by the words of don't punch someone unless you need to protect yourself, unless you need to save yourself from death or serious injury. And I like passing on my knowledge. I like giving my knowledge out to people because I think all the knowledge I have should be common. I believe everyone should know this stuff. It's so important to know this stuff. I mean, I can't imagine living life without knowing the things I do. And it's so important to me to give that knowledge to everybody, to give my knowledge to everybody. Being a firefighter when I grew up was really a big thing. I would even go to birthday parties. My friend, he also wanted to be a firefighter when he grew up. So he had a birthday party at a firehouse, and that was really, really cool. But, you know, just looking at all the systems, you know, getting into turnout gear, putting the boots on, you know, getting into the fire truck, that was fun for me. And it wasn't all about just being a firefighter, you know, just the idea of being a firefighter. It was, I wanted to help others. Firefighters are the first responders, and that means a lot to me. They're the first person that comes to a scene. They also do medical work. So it's not just as simple as they put out fires, but they help people. They use first aid. And guess what? I actually still want to be a firefighter when I grow up. But let me explain that. I just thought about this, to be honest, but I still want to be a firefighter. And not in the sense of driving a big red truck and having sirens and beeping at people to get out of my way. No, my idea of being a firefighter has transformed. It's evolved. It's evolved into something even bigger. Something larger than life. I want to be a CEO. I want to be a businessman. That's what I want to do. I want to run businesses. I want to own businesses. I want to create more businesses. And what is the primary job of that CEO? Of that boss? To put out the fires in the business. To stop those problems and fix those problems. And be right there at the front line stopping those problems. Making sure they're taken care of. Making sure they don't spread and create more fire. So in reality, I still want to be a firefighter. I don't want to run into a burning building, but I want to run into a bad zone in the work environment and face those little bad things and make sure that they're put out and they're taken care of the right way. That way, work can continue. I can be prosperous. The company can be prosperous. The community that I create will be prosperous. I want to be a firefighter of business. And I never really thought about that growing up. I never thought I would actually be a firefighter growing up, in that sense. But I just thought about it. I still want to be a firefighter. That's my dream. That's my goal. And I'm going to do it. No matter who stands in my way. I'm going to be a firefighter. Because that job is probably one of the most stressful jobs you can have. You're putting yourself into a bad situation. Maybe you could get punched in the face by one of your co-workers. Who knows? You could lose a company. I plan on putting out those fires before they get that bad. I plan on dealing with those situations in a way where I can be profitable, where I can run a profitable company, where I can run a successful company. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode. I know I did. And if you would like, send me a message. Say what you want to be when you grow up. Maybe what you wanted to be when you grew up, when you were little. Are you grown up now? Are you there? Has your idea changed of what you want to be when you grow up? Send me a message. Comment. I am open for comments. I will respond to every single message I get, every single comment you put down on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. I will read your comment and I will respond and I will try to answer it as best as I can. Or I will try to make a conversation with you. I like conversations. Get to know me. I'm a great guy. I hope you really enjoyed today's episode. I know I did. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great day.